Hey guys, Jon Paul here. I'm out on my deck. It's a beautiful spring day, still a little snow on the ground. I wanted to share a really wonderful pro tip with you that has helped me immensely. This is mostly focused on my large format film shooters out there, but it's also hugely helpful for digital shooters, small format, anybody out there that doesn't want to go out and every time you see a possible composition when you're out hiking, you don't want to take your camera out every time. My large format camera here, it's a production to take it out. I've got to take the camera out, take the big backpack off, take the camera out, unfold it, set it up, level everything, put the lens on, get the dark cloth out, and if the composition isn't quite right, I don't have a zoom lens, so I've got to either completely move or change lenses. To save all of that trouble, I've created these focusing aids, or actually compositional aids. I leave them strapped to the chest strap on my backpack so they're out and they're ready to use, but they're not in the way. And I'll share with you, I cut these out to the exact proportions of the film that I happen to be carrying. Now, for you digital guys out there, these don't have to be the same size as your sensor, but they should be in the same proportion. I've got one here for 4x5" film and one for 6x17 centimeter. In my bigger pack, I also have one for 8x10" film and one for 4x10". So I keep them obviously with the appropriate pack. There are a couple things that are really neat about these. And first of all, along with the right proportion of the window, I use about a 2-inch border so that as I'm looking through this, it really eliminates distraction. It enables me to just look at the image and I don't get caught up in the surrounding parts outside the composition I want. The other thing I've done is I've chosen to use black matte board. And I use black because I find it's very neutral, it doesn't distract my eye, and it enables the composition to stand out. There's another wonderful aspect to this. You're all familiar with the fact that with our eyes being separate, we see in 3 dimensions, and we're working in a 2-dimensional art form. We capture our images on a flat piece of film, and we print them, or a digital sensor, and we print them on a flat medium, whether it be paper, aluminum, canvas, what have you. So our objective as 2-dimensional artists is to use composition, whether it be layering in the scene, leading lines, shadows, light and dark. We use our skills as artists to create the feeling of a 3-dimensional scene. So one of the wonderful things about these viewing cards is, as I look through here, the first thing I do is I close one of my eyes to view through this. Now what that does is, closing one eye eliminates our 3-dimensional viewing, our depth perception. So as we're looking through this card, we can actually pre-visualize whether or not the scene we're considering composing has the elements necessary to turn that 3-dimensional scene on a 2-dimensional picture into a 3-dimensional feel. So I hope this is helpful. I think it's one of the most helpful things that I've used for myself as a large format photographer. I've used these for close to 20 years and I always have them in my bag. If you've enjoyed this, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share it with anyone you think might benefit from what I share. Leave some comments down below. How can I improve things? And also, please send me a message. What are things you would like to see on this channel? What can I share with you? What would you like to learn about? Are there certain images on my portfolio page in my website that you're interested how I made those happen? Anything you'd like to learn and become aware of, please share with me. I'd love to make this channel a community space. In the helpful links below, you'll be able to subscribe to this channel. You'll be able to subscribe to my free Fine Art of Nature newsletter. There are links to my website, my blog, all that good stuff. I really appreciate your sharing your time with me here. Thanks for viewing. Happy shooting.